gone out and told so many people the story.
Gladiator.
You're a gladiator. She's a gladiator. And she's responsible for a lot of people who are sitting at the table here, either directly or indirectly. And I really appreciate the work that you do too. So many more to say. Was that a good lead-in?
I came to Rob's office through a friend at work, and I mean, I've always had allergies my entire life, and I was only tested for allergies when I was 26 years old, and I was allergic to wheat and tomatoes and all kinds of fun stuff, dogs, cats, everything in the air pretty much. But I kept doing what I was doing because it's just what I did. You know, you eat bread, you eat pasta, you just eat all the things you're not supposed to eat. And it was fine in my 20s, you know. Then when I started hitting 30, I mean, I always had gastrointestinal issues to begin with because I think it runs in our family. So that was a whole other risk factor. And it got to a point when I hit 30, I started getting better positions at work, which created more stress. And I think the more stressful you get, the worse you eat. And things just started to snowball. And I found myself in September of 2009, 183 pounds. It was the highest I'd ever been in my life. I felt horrible. I was tired all the time. I was depressed all the time. I had been working out, but got out of doing that. But everything I ate made me sick. And so I decided, well, maybe if I lose a couple of pounds, I'll feel better. So I went to Weight Watchers, and I hated it. I couldn't stand going to the meetings because I heard it all. I know what I'm supposed to eat. I know what I'm not supposed to eat. They give you so many points. Well, you can cheat on the points. As long as you get your chocolate fix in, which, by the way, I'm allergic to, you can meet your points goals. So I end up losing 20 pounds. I start at the end of October. I lose 20 pounds by March. I still feel like crap. I'm like, okay, this is horrible. I had acid reflux. They had me on meds for that. Finally, in June, I finally broke down and I said, okay, I was about to go for a scope. And my friend Bonnie says, why don't you just go talk to Rob and see what he can do for you? I'm not a doctor fan to begin with, so I was happy to go visit Rob. And I got to say, I signed on, and within 2 weeks, I felt like $1 million. He says, Megan Marie, you got to stop eating the crap you're allergic to, okay? Can't have it anymore. And I didn't realize how much it was inflaming my insides and my body. And even though I was eating, for the most part, this 80-90% deal, I was eating good foods. I was still eating things that I was allergic to. And my body wasn't absorbing any nutrients, and therefore my hair was a mess, my nails were horrible, my skin looked bad. I just felt awful. Of course, through about, a month, we realized I was allergic to nuts, and it wasn't acid reflux at all. So one of my biggest thing is, because I have so many food allergies, I'm always all over talking about it because I don't want to hear, oh, I can't cut out. Really? Okay, I can't have wheat. I can't have tomatoes, but okay, so I didn't eat them tonight. That's my cheat. I'll eat tomatoes. I can't have chocolate, okay? I eat it, I get heartburn, and I get sick on it. I can't have nuts, any kind of nuts. So it's just a challenge. I mean, even my salad tonight, had no idea there was a blob of green stuff on this salmon that had nuts in it. I had to ask. And for me, I feel like a pain in the neck because I'm like, okay, I can't have cheese because I'm lactose intolerant. I mean, literally, I can't have pretty much nothing.
Can you eat the Ezekiel bread, the sprouted wheat, or would that still have an effect on her?
It has gluten in it. And it is still wheat.
Yeah.
It's still sprouted wheat.
But it's sprouted grain. It's one of the healthy God grains, but it's still...
Because that's the only thing that doesn't give me the mucus. If I eat the Ezekiel bread, but if I eat regular...
I gotta tell you, I can't get bread to my mouth. Ever since I stopped eating it, that might come out of the oven smelling really good, but I can't even go there. It's not even appetizing to me. Don't miss it anymore. I'm gluten-free, wheat-free, dairy-free the best I can. I'm hooked on coconut milk, everything. So, God, I hope I don't get allergic to that, or I'll be in big trouble. But, yeah, I mean, I feel great. I lost an additional 15 pounds. So, in total, I've lost over 35 pounds. I feel great. I handle stress so much better. I'm not screaming at people when they come in contact with me, which is great. I notice certain things, like I said, I'm cognizant of everything around me. So when I'm talking to people about eating, I hate when I hear somebody say, well, I can't. Yes, you can. I mean, I went from eating all of the stuff I wasn't supposed to be eating to no more. And I said to Rob, you're right, I can't do it. So he's just try it. Try it for a couple of weeks and see how you feel. And within 2 weeks, I felt like $1,000,000. I was like, wow, I can't get over how food really can affect everything. I mean, I had to laugh because I just said to my dad the other day, because my dad, I was telling him, do you have any allergies? Where did I get all these allergies from? It had to come from somewhere, you know, I can't just develop. And I always used to say to him, man, I have your mousy brown hair. I can't stand that. Man, I look like my dad. He's 60 years old now, so he's gray. And I'm getting gray, which is why I highlight. But at any rate, don't worry, I'll tell you everything you need to know. But I have to laugh because before I went and got my highlights done last time, my hairdresser even made a comment about my hair color. She says, wow, your hair's brown now. I said, I know. I've been trying to get her to go to see Rob. She's always complaining about her weight. She doesn't eat right. She runs a salon, so she's on her feet all the time. And I tried to tell her, I said, hon, you got to eat more than 3 times a day. I eat all day long. She's like, I don't understand it. You're size 10. I was a 14, 16. I'm a 10. I hate to say this out loud, but I got to say it. I did not work out. And I'm not condoning that behavior.
Whatever you do, don't say that around me.
I know. But it's not that I don't like to. My job's very demanding, so it's very hard for me to fit it in, and I know that's a horrible excuse, but I'm working on it. But seriously, I think your body knows what it can handle, and it knows what it can't handle, and when you start giving it all the nutrients and the food that it needs, it just melts off. I mean, within a month, I was buying 12s, and then a month later, I'm buying 10s. I'm like, wow, I gotta stop buying clothes, and start getting safety pins, and I did, because it was that dramatic of a change, and just from eating the right foods. So,
plus we don't want to underemphasize the need to get tested too. We do some very advanced testing in our office. We test for your hormone levels, your blood sugar levels. I mean, the most sophisticated advanced testing that has to be really, I feel, is a foundation to build on. Because how can you know if you have any other problem areas unless you get tested, the right testing done? So that's really the foundation that we start from. And then, on top of changing diet, is customizing a very specific protocol for your unique chemistry. Because everyone's chemistry is different. She's more allergic to certain foods than anyone else would be, than most people are. So those are certain things that we had to change in her strategy, and your supplement regimen is very specific to you. So everyone's very different. It's not a cookie cutter approach.
Which is nice.
Speaking of cookies, we have dessert.
Yeah, guys, don't be scared by that term, because he's right. It's very advanced, but in a straightforward. What he means by advanced is we're looking at things that the medical doctor's not looking at. He's just looking at, is your cholesterol sky high and X, Y, Z, and if it is, here's a pill for it. We're looking at how is the body not functioning right, so why isn't it happening? That's what he means when he says advanced. It doesn't mean complicated. It means in a specific nature. What Rob was getting at, I was going to share too, as a means to kind of maybe give a little bit, just to continue the thought of this family, and we'll just ask a couple more people to share briefly. To emphasize how it's about lifestyle, and it's easy if you work the plan, so to speak. Jen's somebody that likes to be creative a little bit. I'll speak for her slightly, so to speak. But some of the things are not about never indulging again, but indulging in things. You could be indulging in things, but just changing grandma's old recipe into the right kind of changing the things you learn through the grocery tour and through specific work with Rob. But Jen has, in her own words, and I believe her, perfected a delicious treat. So in form of just a little treat of a dessert tonight,